this video about excretory system, how we are supposed to remove some toxin and waste product from our body. So officially what we have for excretory system, it is kidney and bladder, and then so it's supposed that that kidney are working as a filters and remove toxic substances and metabolites from blood, and then it goes to urine and to bladder and outside. But actually, if we consider that first we have to, these toxins not always water soluble, water dissolvable toxins. Most of toxins are fat dissolvable. So they are like pesticides, herbicides, it is some toxic metal, and etc. So it means that our liver have to work and have to transform these substances, these toxins, into less toxic water-soluble form, so that a kidney can remove these toxins outside. Okay, kidneys themselves, they are really very complicated organ. They work as a filter, very hard-working filter. What is the problem with kidney? It is that, okay, that we will go, so it works as such filter, blood with waste coming in, and then it is getting filtrated, and this serum, blood plasma can be extracted, and then it is blended with already blood without waste and go to urine. Okay? What is the problem with kidney? That because we have so many toxins from vegetables and from plants, this includes natural toxins and also from seeds. So all grains and seeds and vegetables, they have natural toxins to protect themselves from insects, from some creatures that are eating these plants, and plants certainly not happy that somebody is killing them, the plants, or killing their babies, seeds, especially about seeds. Seeds have a lot of toxic substances inside, so that they are supposed to protect the seeds from animals and from birds and from insects also. So what is happening in kidney? Kidney have also epithelium cells. Epithelium cells that blood is getting filtrated through the epithelium cell, and we have in time what so-called degradation of this epithelium layer develops, and this looks like damage. And kidney and any tissue in our body reacts so that fibroblasts react and produce collagen, because it is our body understand it so, situation so that there is mechanical damage, inflammation related to the damage. So that what they are doing, they produce collagen fibers to close the wound, and then also they produce some signal molecules such as histamine, and this histamine attract immune cells, phagocytes, and then immune cells are supposed to come to repair the damage, to kill some damaged cells, and also to destroy excessive number of collagen fibers. This worked very well in young body, but as we are aging, as humans are aging, the all extracellular matrix of our body getting stiff, and migration of immune cells and stem cells is somehow getting more complicated. And they cannot migrate easy, and therefore chronic inflammation develops, and this chronic fibrosis develops, but without repair, without that immune system cannot repair the damage. And then what we are going to have, it is kidney failure. It's because of fibrosis in kidney. Next big problem, it is oxalic acid. So if we consume vegetables, many vegetables have very high amount of oxalic acid. Oxalic acid, that amount of the oxalic acid per 100 gram of vegetables presented here, and you see that some green vegetables, they have a lot of oxalic acid, like parsley, and it has more than almost 2 gram per 100 gram of parsley in this, and onions, green onions, and etc. Spinach is more than half gram of the oxalic acid per 100 gram of this green vegetables. And this is not good at all. Even banana has a lot of oxalic acid. And if the oxalic acid get to our bloodstream, it penetrates very easy endothelium layer. It penetrates very easy to the bloodstream. It also penetrates to the blood through the blood-brain barrier. So it penetrates to go to the brain and to nervous system, and it penetrates every tissue, and in tissues it reacts with calcium ions, and then what is happening, calcium oxalate, salt of oxalic acid and calcium, is almost insoluble. It is producing small crystals of calcium oxalate in every tissue of human body. So eating vegetables is not healthy. So it is again here, it is presented like official opinion that yes, high oxalate vegetables are very harmful. But official medical care and medical professionals, they propose solution. Okay, you can drink and you can consume dairy product together with vegetables. First, I want to say that in some countries like Thailand, dairy is almost impossible to buy, and it is not in culture of the local people to consume much dairy. It is not Europe after all. And therefore, but they consume a lot of vegetables nevertheless. So they are getting much of this oxalic acid and no dairy, so they damage the guts, they damage all tissues, they damage kidney, and therefore they are getting full of these particles of crystals of calcium oxalate. Calcium oxalate, especially easy, can be formed in kidney. Here's a picture of calcium oxalate crystal in kidney, and when such crystals appear, we are getting inflammation around this crystal, and then it goes in time and develops chronic inflammation, and then kidney and kidney fibrosis, etc. So here another photo of calcium oxalate in kidney. So you see that it's very common, it's actually very common that calcium oxalate can accumulate in kidney. In kidney it is most dangerous, but also in other tissues including brain. And of course kidney work hard to remove calcium oxalate from blood. And even if people consume a lot of vegetables with oxalic acid, then even urine has these calcium oxalate crystals, small crystals in the urine can be formed, because concentration of the oxalic acid very high, and calcium also it reacts with calcium and removes calcium from your body, and we need calcium, of course. What is also happening, it is not related exactly to oxalate, but if people consume a lot of fruits, sweet fruits with fructose lead to in our body getting converted, or it starts a process of formation of uric acid. fructose ignites this uric acid formation in the body, and uric acid, we have such mutation in our body that we cannot destroy, we don't have such a special enzyme which destroys uric acid, and uric acid accumulates in our body. So if we eat too much sweet fruits, then we are getting this consequence that we produce too much uric acid. And uric acid, when it accumulates, it also producing some stones. And these stones accumulate in kidney, so we have kidney stone. And kidney stone, like at this picture, you see how they appear. And at this slide, you see different kidney stone, which are combination of calcium oxalate and uric acid deposit. So you see that it's look ugly, and it is not easy. It is actually very painful, very painful when these crystals and when these stones get formed in the kidney. And of course, it is very harmful. It's and especially if people have type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance, then formation of the stones, and because of higher uric acid production is especially going quick. So you see here, it is many stones appear in people with type 2 diabetes, and they have metabolic syndrome, and they have also high oxalate concentration. So they follow official recommendations of dietologists, of the official medical care, to consume as much of green vegetables as they can, and the result that they have high oxalate diet, and they have low urine pH, and they get formation of these stones in kidney. Next problem which develops with high amount of oxalate and uric acid in the body, it is gout or arthritis. So many old people in this country, in Thailand, suffer from arthritis. These joints are very painful, they are inflamed, and so it is very common. And again, medical professionals, what they propose replacement of the joints, of the bones joint, with metal. So, but again, this is very painful and expensive surgical operation, and of course, so it is not a cure of the cause. So instead of taking these green vegetables out of your diet, medical professionals say nothing. They just cure a little bit, reduce symptoms, because if it is very painful with joints, then just replace with metal, and then think that it is a solution. But again, more toxins. So we consider uric acid and we consider oxalates as toxins, and kidney tries to remove them, but it is not so helpful. The best way is to reduce amount of these toxins which are coming to our body, by changing the diet, to avoid sweet fruits, to avoid these vegetables with high concentration of the oxalic acid. And what else? We are getting a lot of toxins from environment. These are from cigarettes, from lead in food, and in alcohol, pesticides and herbicides, a lot of other chemicals that are present in our food. And what is happening when our liver overloaded with such job like to remove toxins, to transfer toxins from blood to urine, it is we're getting symptoms. It is sugar craving, low energy, bloating and gas, mood problem, and migraines and caffeine addiction. Why? Again, why we have sugar? Why these people develop sugar cravings? Because when a liver is overloaded with the task to remove toxins, with the task to convert these toxins to less toxic substances, what is happening? Your body is smart and your body tries to remove these toxins somehow else. They want to store these toxins not in blood, but in some tissues which are not so important. It is not some organ, it is not liver, kidney, or heart or brain. It is adipose tissue. Adipose tissue, it will be safe storage place for toxins. So if people consume too much toxins with food, then large amount of these toxins go to adipose tissue, and we need sugar. We need sugar to develop this adipose tissue. So people who are overweight, they're overweight not because they are lazy, not because they eat too much, but because they eat so toxic food. So the reason is very toxic food, and the way to reduce it is first reduce amount of toxins which get into your body with food and environment, and second, start this procedure to remove toxins slowly. And for this there are special procedures what to do. It actually can be done, and very big role, very important substance for this, it is bile. Liver produce also bile. Bile is necessary to but it participates in the digestion of fats, and bile is produced by liver from cholesterol. Meanwhile, medical professionals, they claim that cholesterol is bad for us. So we have to reduce an amount of cholesterol. And what is the most cholesterol containing food? It is eggs. They say stop eating eggs, 1 egg maximum per day. So meanwhile, to remove toxins, you have to produce this bile in as much as possible. So you need as much cholesterol as possible. So then actually some people who are genius actually in this area, not official medical professional, but some good smart people, they recommend to eat as many eggs as possible, at least like minimum, like they propose 10 egg a day. 10 egg a day, and okay, I cannot eat more than 10 egg a day because it's just so much calories. And to burn these calories, I have to go and to work in gym for hours, or I have to go ride a bicycle for hours. So it's not easy even for me. I eat once a day, and 10 eggs even once a day, it is a lot of food for me. But nevertheless, of course, I understand that eggs are very healthy food, and there is no bad cholesterol. All cholesterol is good. We need cholesterol to digest fat. We need cholesterol to produce hormones, because all hormones are produced from cholesterol. This includes growth hormone, this includes enzymes, this includes some digestive enzymes, and also other hormones, so which we need a lot for digestion of food. Without cholesterol, we cannot digest food. Much of protein, much of fat will be not digested, will go just out, and this is not good at all. Okay, then again, for detoxification, liver is very much involved, and then what it is doing, it transfers the fat-soluble toxins to water-soluble form and removes them by kidney to urine, and in other part is liver produce bile, and bile is cholesterol and bile. They work as surface active substances, and they remove toxins from adipose tissue. So if people follow a carnivore diet or ketogenic diet, so that they use fat and fatty acids as a source of energy, then it is possible slowly, but slowly, cannot be done quick, slowly remove fat remove, so to lose fat, of course, and also to remove toxins from adiposity tissue. It takes time. You cannot, if you try to lose fat too quick, then you get an intoxication, and it will be very, very bad feeling, and it's okay. It should, patience, again patience. So go steady and slow. What is for success is necessary to go not so quick. But again, eggs and exercises and as little toxins as possible. This is the solution. Okay, this is some, I just give example of scientific publications that adipose tissue is a site of toxins accumulation. This is proven, this is well known in science, but somehow the medical professionals probably don't care very much about this. But again, another publication shows that adipose tissue is a reservoir for toxins. And they, if if humans getting much toxins with food, these toxins contribute to weight gain. So people are getting overweight because too much toxins, and then toxins are stored in the adipose tissue, and then we have these humans are getting sugar cravings and etc. etc. They want to eat more because they need a safe place to store the toxins. Okay, what else should be done and could be done? It is sauna. Sauna, it is improves circulation of blood in skin and adipose tissue, and it improves removing of this fat-soluble toxins from adipose tissue. So sauna works perfect, and if there is an opportunity, everyday sauna for 1 hour, maybe longer, it's very, very helpful. So I know I use some other procedures, but I don't want to talk about this later, because especially it is not for young people. For young people, some there are methods for which can work for elderly people, for example. Elderly people already have a lot of toxins, so to remove these toxins, you need little bit more potent remedy. You need special remedy, which I know and I used for myself, but for young people it's not necessary. If there is an opportunity, then physical exercises and especially aerobic exercises, and maybe there is opportunity to go sauna. Of course, not so many young people like to go sauna. And what is toxic food? Again, we will come into the toxic food. Toxic food, which is full of toxins, full of natural toxins, and full of this oxalic acid. It is again sweet fruits. Sweet fruits. You eat sweet fruits, you are getting uric acid. Grain, it's actually result in leaky gut syndrome development. Beans, they have a lot of toxins, and even potato, by the way. Potato also have a lot. Nuts, very toxic substances. They are seeds, they are seeds, and seeds are full of toxins. Of course, there is technology to remove, to reduce amount of toxins in beans, for example. If you keep beans for a day or longer in water, and the water is flowing, water is clean flowing water, then you probably reduce amount of the toxins inside. But actually, much easier just to stop eating beans, because you can, if 10 eggs is enough for me for all day, and price of these 10 eggs is not so high, and it is easy for cooking, and some days I can eat meat and eggs and meat and fish and other products of animal products. They are very good, and actually I'm saving a lot of money and saving a lot of time, because cooking of animal products like meat and eggs, etc., it's very easy. But cooking plant-based food, it takes a lot of time, a lot of patience. And I was talking in my some videos on other channel, that eating bread from grain, from wheat, is very unhealthy. Why? Because bread has plant proteins. Plant proteins, and okay, we will come to this later. So we have most toxic food: red beans, potatoes, and some green vegetables, and even chocolate, by the way. What is also bad to eat seeds and nuts and all this cereals and fruits and vegetables. They can be contaminated by mycotoxins. Mycotoxins, it is like some fungi develop on the surface, and they produce carcinogenic and mutagenic substances. They produce toxins, and these substances, these toxins, cannot be removed by cooking or freezing. They just stay. And so again, plant-based food it can be very toxic, and so people probably should reconsider their diet. At least for me, I feel much better when I stop eating this plant-based food. In lectin, food containing lectin, it is again bread, it is some grains, it is many vegetables, and of course beans and potato. What is happening with lectin? Lectin is such a molecule which resembles a little bit our proteins of our body. And it ignites chronic inflammation in our guts, in the endothelium layer of our guts. And because of this chronic inflammation, what is happening, there are some gaps between endothelium cells appear, and through these gaps, bacteria and proteins, the same lectin and other substances or toxins, are getting to the bloodstream. And when they are getting to bloodstream, our immune system is activated and try to remove this gluten. And gluten can travel with bloodstream somewhere, and it can stay in some organ. And then immune system will attack these organs, and especially skin. So, for example, when I started to eat much of these fruits and vegetables a long time ago, when I came to Thailand, I got psoriasis development. Now it is gone. Because I stopped eating these toxic substances. Now it is much better. But yet again, this is just I didn't know that eating plant-based food is so toxic. It is so bad for health. So now I know, and I don't do it. And much enjoy as a result. So again, the slide about showing chronic inflammation of the endothelium layer, and it is everywhere. It is not only endothelium layer in the guts. It is also some other name, not endothelium, but this epithelium layer, but there is endothelium. Endothelium layer, it is in blood vessels. Endothelium vessel, it is structure about the same and function about the same, but in blood vessels, also we are getting chronic inflammation. In also blood vessels are leaking, and as they are leaking, capillaries are getting leaky, and then bacteria and toxins can get inside of our body from blood capillaries. But what is even more dangerous, if we are getting cancer, these cancer cells can migrate through these gaps to blood system and also to lymphatic system, and they create metastasis. They actually kill humans. Okay, I'm not a medical professional. I am doctor of physics. I also worked in fluid dynamics, and I worked in chemistry, and biology is my recent favorite subject, so I work in biology also. But again, I am not a medical professional. I cannot give you medical advice. I just express my opinion and share my experience that I feel so much better when I start to eat less toxic food. And also I do everything what I can to remove these accumulated toxins from my body. It is from adipose tissue and also from all other tissues, in particular from brain, because a few years ago I was already getting big problem with amnesia, so amnesia was developing, and amnesia develops because of the toxins in the brain, and I was eating a lot of these vegetables, and then these vegetables they actually disrupt working of the nervous system. So thanks God I decided to change the diet, and now I'm much better. Again, we have to reduce amount of toxins which are getting with food. That's all. End of the video. Take care and ciao.